Hi there and welcome back to this week's trade recap, and I am kind of pissed because the previous weeks have been going really well and this week was going really well as well, but today I made a crucial mistake that pissed me off, but it's the same as usual. Okay, let's go just straight to Tuesday, which was my first trade of this week. Here, this is really simple. We go on the hourly. We easily see that this was at least my analysis. We inversed to the downside this hourly. So because we were still holding this inversion fair value gap, because we were still holding this to the sell side, I thought to myself, okay, we are bearish, at least to this low. And we were still holding it. And as you can see, if we zoom on the 5 minutes to this day, we understand that we swept this high inside the fair value gap and we were still respecting this hourly bearish inversion fair value gap, and we went past it. I kind of was thinking, okay, maybe with all this momentum, maybe we are bullish, but this was just a Judas swing at open, and we came back inside the zone and we almost inversed this 5 minute. And when we were inside all this zone, if we go on 1 minute, we see that we have already made an inversion. If we go to the 3 minute, it's exactly the same, and this trade looks really good. This would be the target, and I entered before the 5 minute closed because, as I said, all the other time frames have already closed and this probably wouldn't wait for me. This trade is a really good, it is alongside my bias. We are respecting the hourly inversion fair value gap. We just swept a high inside an hourly fair value gap, a really obvious fair value gap, making this a protected high, and we displaced right back inside the range, and with a lot of momentum we started inversing all these fair value gaps. So I took this trade around this zone and I took it all the way down to this target. It was sort of a 1.5 R, and that was a really good start, but I am still in university, and on Wednesday I will show it really quickly. Again, on the 5 minutes, we left this at a high. We inversed with momentum and with a good close. And with a good close, we inversed this. We are respecting this hourly. The bias here would be bullish if we go on hourly. And this is another trade that I would take. I would take something alongside this. It would be sort of a 1 hour trade. On Thursday, as well, a trade that I didn't take, but that trade was a difficult trade, so I will not be covering it. And I didn't take it as well because I was on classes. So on Tuesday a win, Wednesday I was on classes, I couldn't take a trade. Thursday, same thing, and now we go fast forward to today. Today I wasn't that concentrated in the markets, and we started going up, and it's okay. My bias was somewhat bearish because we were still respecting this hourly, and on the higher time frame, just as we are right now, this somewhat looks bullish. Okay, we swept this, but we had already swept this low, so maybe if we sweep it again, we will just start still going down, and we have by a tick inversed this hourly. Not the best draw on liquidity, but decent. But okay, we had this 15-minute big fair value gap, which, because we have a low inside the fair value gap, this low at open, this would be a protected low, and targeting this wouldn't be the best. But because we were still holding this hourly, we swept this, we held this, and with a lot of momentum. If I zoom on the 1 minute, with a lot of good momentum, we made a change in the state of delivery. We inversed this 1 minute and we inversed the 2 and the 3 as well. I entered this trade, but I got immediately wrecked. We started chopping along this. We created a lot of liquidity here. We have we could call it a support zone because the market can't trade past these levels. And the problem here is that we had news, we had tariff news, but we really couldn't predict that. But that wasn't really why I lost it. I will go back to that in a second. I took this loss by iFVG, so this was kind of my loss, and I was targeting the 930 wick, which is always a good liquidity. I know this is a protected low, but my bias was still bearish, and I could take something alongside this. I could scale around here or around this when I understood that we were at least 1 hour up on my trade. But I took this loss. We swept this high. We were still delivering. We swept as well this high, and we were still delivering from this hourly, and with a lot of momentum. This inverse to the downside. I saw this inversing on a 30-second. I saw this momentum, and I thought to myself, okay, this trade failed, but now we have a giant pool of liquidity, and okay, maybe now we will just go down. But it didn't. Once again, it stopped on the support zone that I didn't know why, because this to me was a really good liquidity target, and it just respected it again, and it went higher. Now, when I take 2 losses, I stop for the day, and it was at this moment that I understood that I shouldn't even be thinking about taking a trade. Today, something that I didn't remember, today is the 3rd Friday of February, and the 3rd Friday of every month, it's OPEX. I don't trade OPEX, but I forgot that today was OPEX. I didn't remind myself, I didn't put a notice. I just came to the market. I even forgot this was a Friday because I wasn't trading the whole week due to classes. I just wanted to trade. I saw 2 good trades, I took them, and I really forgot today was OPEX. And being down 2 hour today, almost 2.5 hour, it really hurts. And we're gonna be back next week with the same mentality and a lot more of concentration. Trading in class, it's hard, but we will see what we can do. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.